The fight between Mark Grayson, Invincible, and Conquest has become one of the most memorable conflicts in superhero media, with the episode depicting it being hailed as one of the most acclaimed episodes of Invincible by both longtime fans and critics. As many of you likely know, the Invincible show is based on the comic book series of the same name, and has been widely praised for its faithfulness to the source material, while also introducing new unique ideas that elevate the already iconic story. This is perhaps most evident in the final episode of the third season, which not only accurately adapted the brutal and intense fight between Mark and his most dangerous opponent yet, but also added new details that deepened Conquest's character and motivations. In today's video, we'll take a closer look at the differences between this epic battle in the show and the comic. From subtle changes in dialogue to significant shifts in tone and character development, we'll explore how the show managed to stay true to the source material while enhancing the story in meaningful ways. If you're a fan of Invincible and enjoy in-depth comic book breakdowns, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more detailed analyses like this. The first difference between the Invincible show and the comic is visible right at the beginning of the fight. In the show, Conquest informs Mark about his mission for the Viltrum Empire and threatens him if he doesn't comply. However, in the comic, Conquest adds a crucial detail. He boasts that he has never failed to conquer a planet in his long life, no matter how strong its defenses were. This line, which highlights Conquest's confidence and experience, is absent from the show. The battle soon takes both combatants to space, where the show introduces one of its most memorable scenes involving Conquest. He creates a small heart out of a drop of blood. This chilling and creative moment is entirely absent from the comic. Instead, in the comic, Conquest drags Mark closer to Earth's surface, declares "enough games," and delivers a devastating punch that sends Mark crashing toward the planet. Another difference occurs in the next scene, where Oliver sees Mark fighting Conquest on the news. In the comic, Debbie insists that Oliver stay behind, but in the show she hesitantly allows him to join the fight, instructing him to keep his distance. The show also streamlines the reactions to the battle. While the comic features a broader range of characters, including William, Rick, Art, Amber, and her new boyfriend anxiously watching the fight, while the show focuses more on Debbie and Oliver. Additionally, the show's news reporters label Conquest as a mysterious new assailant, whereas in the comic, many characters, including Adam Eve and her parents, mistake him for Omni-Man. One of the most disturbing scenes in the show is Conquest's attempt to kill Oliver. While this remains faithful to the comic, the show extends the scene and adds small details, making Conquest appear even more psychotic and unhinged. This change amplifies the tension and horror of the moment. Another notable difference occurs in the Pentagon scene. In the show, Cecil appears annoyed by Sinclair's lack of progress with the Reaniman army, while in the comic, Cecil is absolutely terrified, even uttering "May God help us all," upon hearing that Sinclair isn't ready. Finally, the comic features a striking scene where Conquest drags Mark through a fleet of battleships, destroying one in the process with Mark's body. This scene is replaced in the show with an even more disturbing sequence. Conquest drags Mark around a beach full of civilians, killing dozens of innocent people without a hint of guilt or remorse. This change not only heightens the brutality of Conquest's character, but also underscores the devastating collateral damage of the battle. The battle in the Invincible show is significantly more destructive compared to the comic, emphasizing the sheer power and brutality of Conquest. One standout moment in the show depicts Conquest obliterating several city blocks with a single punch, a scene that underscores his overwhelming strength. Perhaps the biggest changes between the Invincible show and the comic occur in the final battle. While the comic's final confrontation takes place in a city, the show relocates it to an empty hill near a beach, creating a more isolated and dramatic setting. In the comic, upon seeing Conquest, Adam Eve remarks that he's not Omni-Man, as most characters initially confuse the two Viltrumites. The show, however, makes significant changes to the battle between Conquest and Adam Eve. It showcases the full extent of her abilities, including her creative use of powers to briefly freeze Conquest in the air, by increasing the density of the atmosphere. Eve also equips armor and launches an attack, momentarily surprising Conquest. In contrast, the comics version of this fight is much shorter, lasting less than 2 pages, with Conquest quickly breaking Eve's force fields and overwhelming her, nearly killing her instantly. The emotional weight of Mark grabbing Eve's lifeless body is also handled differently in the show. The scene is extended and more poignant, with Invincible crying out for Cecil's help in sheer desperation, adding a layer of raw emotion that wasn't as pronounced in the comic. Another major addition in the show is Conquest's chilling monologue during the final confrontation.
I am so lonely. All the other Viltrumites are scared of me. close to me.
As he briefly overpowers Mark, Conquest reflects on his loneliness and how other Viltrumites fear him, seeing him only as a weapon rather than recognizing his full potential. This speech, entirely unique to the show, delves into the isolating nature of Viltrumite culture, where the sole focus is the expansion of their empire. Conquest laments that he doesn't even have a real name, only a purpose. This monologue not only deepens Conquest's character, but also foreshadows some future storylines, something comic readers have recognized. After Conquest is finally defeated and Adam Eve revives herself using her powers, Cecil arrives with other superheroes. In the comics, this panel features cameos from characters in other Image Comics properties such as Youngblood and Savage Dragon, who are entirely absent in the show. If you're interested in exploring every cameo appearance in the Invincible comic, including iconic characters like Witchblade and Spawn, be sure to check out our dedicated video where we break down each one in detail. The show instead includes characters like Kid Thor and Tech Jacket alongside Cecil. The differences continue in the scene of Rexplode's funeral. While the comic features cameo characters, the show omits them, and adds a reaction from Shrinking Ray, Rex's girlfriend, who is absent in the comic version of this scene. Interestingly, Shrinking Ray's character is entirely different in the comic, where they are male and are killed by the villain Komodo Dragon in issue 40. In the show, however, Shrinking Ray survives and plays a prominent role in Season 3. The show also includes additional scenes teasing future storylines, such as Angstrom Levy, the Sequids, and Cecil capturing Conquest. However, the show adds an extra scene of Battle Beast being captured by aliens in space, a moment that occurs much later in the comic during the Viltrumite War event. Finally, the show's post-credit scene teases a new storyline involving Damien Darkblood and an unknown character, a plotline that was not present in the comic. Robert Kirkman, the comic's writer, has stated that he originally wanted to explore a storyline involving Darkblood in the comic but couldn't, so he decided to integrate it into the show. As you can see, the Invincible show masterfully balances faithfulness to the source material with innovative storytelling, solidifying its reputation as one of the best comic book adaptations ever made. By adding new layers of depth to characters like Conquest and expanding on key moments, the show elevates the impact of iconic storylines, such as the brutal fight between Mark and Conquest. With its ability to enhance the source material while staying true to its core, it's likely that future seasons will continue to improve and elevate the storylines from the comic, making them even more compelling for both longtime fans and newcomers. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out our other videos for more in-depth analyses of Invincible and other comic book stories.